Hey guys, welcome back. Alex here. If you're new on the channel, I hope you like what you're seeing and you consider subscribing because we have a lot of beautiful stories over here. History, cuisine, the world, but especially about the Philippines. And this video was sent on Patreon with the message from Joseph, who is a long patron of the channel, said, "Hey Alex, I guess you should see this. This is the video with the song that made Russia cry, a Filipino song." So I don't know, it's a beautiful story, real story. He said like this, you can check it out, and I guess you enjoy it. Again, thank you for what you're doing for the Philippines. I love the Philippines. I want to learn the culture, language, and everything. So let's see what the song that made Russia cry. And you know, Filipino voices and songs are out of this world. It's the capital of music in the whole world, the Philippines and the voices. But, you know, Russia, Philippines, I don't know. Let's dive into this and let's check it out.
Valentine's Day, 22/3. All across Russia, people were giving flowers, chocolates, and going on dates. But in a small apartment in the cold city of Novosibirsk, a 52-year-old factory worker named Alex Petrov sat alone. He wasn't crying because he was lonely. He was crying because of a song he didn't even understand. In the next 72 hours, the video of him crying would blow up to 12 million views.
Wow.
Russian psychologists would talk about something new called the Manila effect. And governments Russia and the Philippines would sign a cultural agreement that had nothing to do with politics, only with one Filipino song written 45 years before. This is the true story of how one melody traveled thousands of miles, broke open the hearts of millions, and changed the lives of people who forgot how to feel. It all started at 4 in the morning. Alex had just finished a long, noisy night shift at a car factory in Siberia. He sat alone in his dark room, too tired to sleep. He opened YouTube, just scrolling without thinking. Then the algorithm suggested a video called Russian Man Cries Singing Foreign Song. 10 million views. He almost ignored it. But something made him click. The video showed a man in a smoky Moscow karaoke bar singing a song Alex had never heard before. It sounded like it came from Southeast Asia. Halfway through the song, the man's voice cracked. His tears weren't fake. They were deep, real, and painful. Even the person recording the video started crying. Alex scrolled through the comments. "This song destroyed me. It feels like it was written about my life. I don't understand the words, but I feel everything." Thousands of Russians said the same thing. The song was called Anak.
Anak?
It was Filipino, written by an artist named Freddie Aguilar in 1978. Alex clicked on the original video. He didn't speak Tagalog. He didn't know anything about the Philippines. But the moment the melody started, something inside him broke open.
I'm gonna stop for 1 second over here. So the song, we have the songwriter, the ear. I don't know if he's going to be in this video. Guys, I'm just reacting of what you send me because I'm reading every single one of your comments and everything. Maybe we're gonna have it in this video. If not, I'm gonna search for it. I mean, wow, really? Maybe the words are so powerful? I don't know.
The simple guitar. The honest voice. The emotion, regret, love, guilt, hope all mixed into one. He read a translation in the comments. It was about a child who went far from home and a parent who still loved them. A relationship stretched thin but never lost. Alex read the translation again and again. Then, with shaking hands, he called his daughter in Berlin. "Papa, Is something wrong? She asked. He hadn't called her in for months. Nothing is wrong, Alex whispered. I just wanted to hear your voice. There was a long silence. I miss you, Papa, she said. Alex broke down crying. For 2 hours, they talked about simple things and important things. After they hung up, he cried again. Then he did something he had never done before he opened his laptop, hit record, and sang Anak. His accent was broken, his voice shaky, but his heart was real. He uploaded it with the caption, to every parent and child who forgot how to talk. This song is a bridge. Then he went to sleep. When Alex Petrov woke up the next morning, he expected nothing. Maybe a few views, maybe 1 or 2 comments. But when he opened his phone, his eyes widened. 847.50,000 shares overnight. Hundreds of thousands of people had seen his video.
I don't know
His
what
heart
language was
started
that, but
racing.
anyways.
He refreshed the page again and again. The numbers kept going up. The comments were even more shocking. I just called my father because of you. My son sent me this. We haven't talked in years. This song fixed something in me. People from all over Russia were crying with him, thanking him, and sharing their own stories. Some said they finally apologized to their parents. Others said they hugged their kids for the first time in a long time. Alex sat there, staring at the screen, overwhelmed. He didn't know what to do. He had never gone viral before. He was just a factory worker who recorded a sad song in the middle of the night. But Russia was now watching him. By noon, Russian morning shows were calling him. Journalists wanted interviews. Psychologists were studying the sudden wave of emotion spreading across the country. They gave it a name, the Manila effect.
Wow.
They said it was a sudden emotional release triggered by Filipino music that didn't hide pain, but shared it openly. For years, many Russians believed crying was a weakness. But now, one Filipino song was breaking that idea apart. All across Russia, people started singing Anak. A grandmother in Vladivostok, a soldier in Kaliningrad, construction workers in Moscow, teenagers in St. Petersburg, fathers, mothers, entire families. Most sang off-key. Most didn't pronounce the words right. But the emotion was real. Filipinos online noticed. They flooded the comments. You sing it.
I'm going to stop for 1 second to say something really quick. Filipino way of singing every single song, it doesn't matter if it's a Filipino song or a cover, and this I can say it with all my confidence because I have a lot of videos about this on the channel. They put not only the soul in the music, in the words, but they put all themselves. And if somebody, and unfortunately a lot of Filipinos have, and like all of us, honestly, have a lot of problems in their life, they are not the kind of people who, cry about it. They're facing life with courage, with resilience. But they found a different way of sharing their burden. And they're doing it through songs. This is how I think. Maybe I'm mistaken, and it's fine. So when you see or hear a Filipino sing a song maybe that you know, but you hear the feeling inside, it's because there was real joy or real pain in there. This song, I don't know the words, but if it's not going to be in this video, I'm going to make a video dedicated to that because now I'm so damn curious.
Wrong, but you feel it right. Welcome to Filipino Emotion. This song raised us. It became a bridge, millions of strangers connecting over the same melody. One day, a cultural officer at the Philippine embassy in Moscow named Maria Santos saw what was happening. She watched Alex's PATRON video, then watched dozens of others. She saw Russians crying, singing, and talking with Filipinos for hours online. She realized something huge was happening, so she emailed Alex. Her message was simple. Would you like to come to the Philippines? We want to create a cultural bridge. Russians learning Filipino music and Filipinos learning Russian poetry. Your story inspired something beautiful. Alex read the email 10 times. His hands were shaking again, but this time not from sadness. He said yes immediately. A few weeks later, Alex stood at the airport with one small bag. The cold Siberian wind blew behind him as he waited for his flight. He wasn't a singer. He wasn't famous on purpose. He was just a man whose heart opened at the right moment. But he had no idea what was waiting for him in Manila, who he would meet, or how deeply this journey would change him. As he stepped into the plane and the doors closed, Alex took a deep breath. His new story was beginning. When Alex Petrov landed in Manila, the heat and humidity hit him like a wall. The city was loud, bright, and full of life. Everything felt overwhelming after the quiet, cold streets of Novosibirsk. At the airport, a small documentary crew was waiting for him. They led him through busy streets to a modest home in Quezon City. And there, sitting on a wooden chair, was Freddie Aguilar, the man who had written Anak 45 years ago. Alex froze. He had sung Freddie's song hundreds of times in his apartment, felt it in his heart, but now he was meeting the person who created it. Freddie smiled gently. I wrote Anak because I hurt my parents, Freddie said. But I never imagined it would travel this far. Alex's voice trembled as he replied, your song helped me call my daughter. We forgot how to talk. This song reminded me. Freddie placed a hand over Alex's.
Sorry. I apologize. Please forgive me. But I have to say this. I'm getting emotional over here. I had some comments on the channel and you guys asked me, why am I so drawn about Philippines? Not only about the culture, not only about the history, not only about the resilience, the beauty of the people, the beauty of the country, the beaches, the trees, the everything, the islands, not only about that. I'm a person who loved music since I was a kid. And when I first heard Filipinos sing karaoke, original songs, whatever, I felt that connection. And I'm not going to make this too long. I just want to say that, you see, music, it's the universal language. Music's, it's not for your ears, it's for your soul. At least this is the way it is for me. And this is what I felt when I hear Filipinos sing and Filipino music and seeing the people from the Philippines.
Then it did its job. Love doesn't disappear it only gets quiet. Then Freddie picked up his old guitar, the same one from 1978. He strummed the familiar chords. Alex joined him, singing in broken but heartfelt Tagalog. Their voices mixed together, shaky but full of meaning. The documentary crew watched, tears rolling down their faces. Every note seemed to carry the stories of millions of Russians who had cried, shared, and connected over this song.
Guys, if there is this documentary out there, please send it to me down below in the link, because I guess it should be there. I'm going to search it myself, but I will like and really like to see, and I'm going to search for the song.
The next few days, Alex traveled across Manila. He met families, teachers, and students who taught him more Filipino songs. He also shared his story with local schools and cultural centers. Russians and Filipinos together were learning from each other through music, through emotion, through understanding. Then came the big moment, a concert called Songs Without Borders. 50 Russian singers, 50 Filipino musicians. One stage, 3 million people watching online.
Wow.
When Alex walked onto the stage, the hall went silent. He looked at the audience, Filipinos on one side, Russians on the other. He spoke slowly in Tagalog. Thank you for the music. Thank you for the love. The crowd erupted into cheers. When he reached the chorus of Anak, something incredible happened. 3,000 Filipinos sang along. And at the same exact moment, Russians watching the live stream began singing too from apartments, offices, trains, and even frozen Siberian streets. For one magical moment, two nations separated by 7,000 miles were singing the same song together. Alex looked at Freddie, then at the crowd. He realized this was bigger than a song, bigger than him. This was about connection, about breaking walls, about remembering that love and emotion are not weaknesses, they are strength. After the concert, Alex Petrov's life quietly changed, even though he still returned to his night shifts in Novosibirsk. The factory, the small apartment, the same streets, they hadn't changed. But everything inside him had. Every Sunday, he video calls his daughter in Berlin. They talk for hours, sometimes laughing, sometimes crying, sometimes singing together Filipino songs, Russian songs, it doesn't matter.
Beautiful.
What matters is that they are talking again. Back in Russia, karaoke bars reported a huge increase in people singing Anak.
So basically,
Therapists
Philippines brought
began
karaoke
using music
in
group
Russia.
sessions. Schools started teaching Anak alongside Pushkin. Filipino workers in Russia noticed a shift too. One nurse in Moscow said, "Before, when I sang at work, people thought I was unprofessional. Now they ask me to teach them. Even the governments noticed." Russia and the Philippines announced a formal cultural partnership. But the real connection, the one that mattered most, had already been created quietly, in hearts, through tears and melodies. In Gorky Park, a small monument now stands, two hands releasing a dove. Below it are the words, written in Russian and Tagalog, "Child, I will never forget you." Because the story was never really about a viral video. It was about what happens when people who learned to bury their feelings hear someone else sing theirs out loud. It was about a nation learning that strength isn't silence, and love isn't weakness. One song had crossed 7,000 miles. One song had broken barriers, opened hearts, and built bridges between two cultures. Alex still works his night shifts. He still lives in the same small apartment. Nothing changed and everything changed. Because now, when he picks up his guitar or opens his laptop or sings quietly in his room, he knows something incredible. Music can heal. Music can connect. Music can remind people that they are never truly alone. And sometimes, one small, honest act singing a song late at night can change the lives of millions. One song. Two worlds. Infinite connections.
The original link, you can find it down below if you want to go and watch it without interruptions. And I'm going to say this. If you miss your daughters, your sons, your parents, just after the video, call them. I'm going to do the same with my mom after I finish this video. And of course, I'm going to try to find the song, because maybe a lot of you from the Philippines know the song, remember the song. I don't, and I want to have it. And I hope, if it's so emotional, I'm going to cry. I'm going to crack open, but I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Maybe you already know the song from the original artist. If you heard this Russian sing it, I'm going to try to do a research and to try to understand and hear the original song at least. I'm curious, and try to find the translation and everything. So yeah. Your thoughts down below are really important. Your suggestions down below, what we should see on the channel, is share with the world, are so important. And again, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to every single one of you that are here on the channel and enjoying all these stories that we have about the world, about music, about culture, food, and a lot of other stuff that are coming up on the channel. So make sure to subscribe. Again, Alex here. Thank you for watching. Like I always say, stay safe.